Hi, I'm Troy from Studio 33 Guitar. Thanks for watching. Today we're looking at 5 guitar chords you probably don't know. Now, if you're an expert guitar player, maybe you do know these chords, but even if you've been playing for a while, you may not be familiar with these chords. The great thing is they're all going to be pretty easy to play, and we're only going to use 2 different shapes to make these chords. They all have a really open, airy sound, and they can add some interesting texture to your music. Let's zoom in on the neck and take a look at how to play these chords. The basic chord shape we're going to start with is an E major chord, which looks like this. If you're not familiar with how to play an E major chord, I'll go through that really quickly. You're going to put your middle finger on the 2nd fret, the A string. Your ring finger is going to go directly below that on the D string. And then your index finger, it's going to go the next string down, but 1 fret back. And that's going to give you the E major chord. We're going to play all 6 strings. So the first chord that we're going to look at is going to be an F sharp minor chord. Now that's a tricky one to play, especially if you're a beginner, because normally that would be a bar chord type of shape, which is not easy to do. So this is actually a good substitute for F sharp minor bar chord. If you can't play bar chords yet, this would be a good way to do it. So all we're going to do is take that E major shape and we're going to slide that up 2 frets. Then we're going to move our index finger back 1 fret. And now we're going to play just the 5 strings. So we're not going to play this low E string anymore. And typically what I will do is use my middle finger just to block and nudge up against that E string just to keep it from ringing. So then you can still play all 6 strings, but that E string won't ring. So with those 5 strings in that position, we end up with this. And there's a couple of different ways you could think about what this chord is called. It's like an F sharp minor 7 with an 11 added on. But basically, F sharp minor is really how you want to think about this chord. So it sounds really nice coming right from that E major, sliding up to that shape, F sharp minor. It's got a really nice open sound. Now the next chord that we're going to do is going to be a G sharp minor. And the nice thing about this is we're going to slide this exact same shape up 2 frets. And we're going to play those same strings, those same 5. And again, this can be considered a couple of different chord names, but basically it's a G sharp minor. It also has a 6 added in. But again, you can think of it as a G sharp minor. And you can also incorporate all these chords together, like I did in the intro, where you can slide them up and down. You're just going between those 2 shapes. So you have the major shape and then the minor shape. Minor shape again. And now we're on to the 3rd chord, which is an A major. So now we're going to go back to that exact same shape that we used for the E major chord, but we're going to do it up here. So we're at the 7th fret here now. And again, we're only going to play these top 5 strings. So that one's going to sound like this. Now that's an A major. It's basically like an A major 9 chord. And then we're going to repeat that same major shape up 2 more frets, and it's going to give us a B chord. Again, that's a B major chord, but we do have an extra note in there, this high E, that does give it kind of a suspended sound. You could think of it as a sus chord or as a major chord with an added 11, but we don't want to get too complicated with things, but you can think about that as a B major chord. So far we have that E major down here, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major, and then our next one's going to be another minor chord. So this is going to be up 2 more frets, but bring that index finger back so it's like that minor shape that we had down here. And we have a C sharp minor. And then that all resolves nicely back to the E. So these chords are all in the key of E. So if you have a song that is in the key of E, or you're trying to write something, these are great chords to try and put together. They sound really nice. And again, they're all open and airy sounding and a little different than your typical chords that you would learn. Let's run through those one more time. E major, then our minor shape for F sharp, another minor shape, G sharp. Here's our major shape again for A, major shape here again for B, and then our C sharp minor. Now you don't have to play these chords in that same order. You can mix them up and come up with some interesting sounding progressions. So that's it for today. Hopefully you found that useful and maybe that'll inspire you in your own music. If you like this video, then please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also visit our website, studio33guitar.com, and check out more lessons there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.